that crypto Joey Shaw!
Ladies and gentlemen, in this video we are going to go over UMAC, Unusual Machines, UMAC, McDonald's, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to do some due diligence because a lot of people have talked about this one and I love the price action. As you can see here on the charts, I absolutely love the pump and dump action to the upside. Notice how we keep getting these pump and dumps as we always climb higher and come back down to that white line or the purple line. You can see very clearly here. Pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump. Reminds me of BBAI before it went to garbage. And I've been telling people, hey, BBAI, that thing's dead. You gotta move on to something else. That something else might be UMAC. We'll see. ONDS, I like that one as well. But this video is about UMAC. So let's start off with the technicals and then we'll move on to looking at the financials and see what's going on there. Maybe even look at the website. We're going to go through and see if I like what I see here. I like what I see, at least in terms of the pump and dump action off of that white and purple line, because that's what we do. We wait for that purple line, which is, it's close to it. So if it comes down there, let's see if we can get a position. Although I am a little concerned that we might just be starting a bear market right now. I know that sounds crazy, but man, oh man, if we don't recover soon, we might tank lower. We might see Bitcoin at 50K and everything's just going to come down. So I'm really hoping this is not a year-long crash. Either way, for the market, that's fine. If it wants to crash a lot, there's some potential pump and dump price action here that we can take advantage of. I'm going to draw the trend line just so you can see very clearly. We keep going higher. That trend line also acting as a last line of defense. Every time we've come down to this trend line has been a big buying opportunity. So if it ever does come down to that trend line, something to keep in mind, at least on the daily time frame. I do not look at smaller time frames. Weekly time frame, let's see if there's anything crazy on the weekly. Let me see, is that a channel to the upside, or is that I'm hoping that's not what I think it is, but yeah, I'm hoping that's not a rising wedge. Either way, if it breaks down, if anything, is that forming a head and shoulders here? Shoulder, would you call that a head and then a lower shoulder? On the weekly time frame, we have support at 11.50s. Yeah, it's come down there 1, 2, 3 green. Yeah, 3 weeks in a row. It's come down to the 1150s and bounced off of it. In the past, it also came down to 1150s and bounced off of it 3 times. So keep an eye on that. We got some big support coming up if the market does decide to continue to tank again, because it's been doing that. We pump and then boom, we go right back down. Monthly time frame, huge pump, dump to 4.50, pump to 17, come down to 8. Back and forth we go. There's no way that's an ascending triangle. There's no way. That kind of does look like an ascending triangle here. Kind of looks like a rising wedge. That kind of does scare me. Quarterly time frame. Let's see if there's any patterns. We had a red quarter last quarter, and right now it's getting a green quarter, at least trying. Yearly time frame had one green ear, then red ear. Okay, let me go back to the RSI here. It's got RSI support at 45. So let me draw a horizontal line here. Yeah, or RSI support is around 45. So in the 40s on the monthly time frame. Weekly time frame, let's see if there's anything interesting here. Yeah, I mean, there is something interesting. The price is going up, but the MACD is it's showing divergence here. So that's something that yeah, kind of looks like the upside is going to start to fade. The buying, yeah, this is something to be concerned about here. Here again, same thing. It created a higher high, but the MACD is showing divergence. So yeah, and today it doesn't exactly look good. Looks like it would want to drop at least back down to 11s, which would make sense because that's where we got the big level. So I would say if you're looking to buy this one, and I might buy it too, 11.50, 11 to 11.50. That's what I would look for. Probably buy around there with a stop at the low of the day. If that is the bottom, then you should not get stopped out. If not, look to reposition at the white line at that point. And then the trend line support would be the last line of defense. But let's hope we don't go down that low. We'll see what actually happens. So there you go. Technical analysis says it's a buy at 11s. If it doesn't hold there, look for... Yeah, if it doesn't hold here, man, it's going to go under the 200 moving average. And it's going to go back to this trend line support, which is going to be between 950 and 10. Which would be, again, that would be the last line of defense here. Because if that breaks down, then we're not going to get this juicy pump and dump pattern, right? You don't want to chase high hoping it goes higher. Chase high hoping it goes higher. Chase high hoping it goes higher. You want to chase low hoping it goes higher. Chase low hoping it goes higher. Or you chase low hoping it goes lower and it's just a discount. And not a complete turnaround into a trash stock like Mullen stock. Because that's not what you want to see. So yeah, that is what I'm seeing. That's my analysis. Gave you some levels. As always, you got to write them down. Like, okay, he set these levels to look out to buy and stop loss at the low. Alright, let's continue here with... I need to get my Microsoft Edge. And let's go to... Trading View Financial Sound. No. Not SoundHound, we need UMAC. And let's see what this has to say on the financials. I don't expect much. If it wants to surprise me, that would be fantastic. Well, it did surprise me. Yeah, I'm very surprised. The revenues, they don't have any for 2022 or 2023, but then 2024 they have 5.57 million in revenue. And quarterly time frame, their revenues are increasing supposedly year over year by quite a bit. So it looks like it's the start of something. But okay, I cautiously optimistic about this one. I'll say that much. It just I was expecting, you know, some numbers here. They don't got numbers. I don't know what happened here, but let me look at the chart again just to make sure it doesn't have any crazy gap downs, because I don't want to deal with something that's going to gap down overnight a lot. Here had a gap up. Yeah, because you don't want to buy something and then it gaps down like 20%. Because your stop loss ain't going to save you. Alright, it doesn't have like a huge, egregious history of huge gap downs. Because that you don't want to be a part of those. I always look for that. Anytime I look at a new stock, I look at the chart to check that there's no ridiculous 50%, 30% overnight drops. Because that would show on the chart as a huge gap. And that's what destroys accounts. Somebody puts in like 50k, and then they wake up and they're down 25k or worse. So that doesn't exist here. So I got nothing here. I got nothing to complain about. I don't see anything ugly about it. That's really when I'm trying to figure out, like, is there anything bad I can say? No, it looks like BBAI before BBAI went to garbage. Let me put it that way. That's what it looks like to me. So if you like UMAC, looks good. I gave you the levels. I'll leave it at that. I'm trying to think. Is there something I'm missing? Maybe wait. I am missing something. let's go to Gemini, because I need to ask Gemini some questions with regards to any upcoming catalyst for this stock. What could send it? Upcoming catalyst for UMAC stock, and what catalyst / headline / news sent it pumping the last few times? Let's see what it answers. I should have asked it to provide sources as well to make it, so I can verify and double check that it's not just making things up, because it can do that sometimes. Okay, so drone and defense sector. Okay, so that's good to know. Another, is this another, basically, so it's basically like Civil and ONDS. So it's pretty much the same plane. Huh. Upcoming catalyst, they got earnings on the 9th. Management is they're participating in 2 major events: the Cantor Global Tech Conference this month, March 10 to 11, and 38th Annual Roth Conference, March 22 to 24. Extend merger. Israeli drone OS company Extend, which UMAC has invested in, is preparing for a Nasdaq debut. Oh, good to know. Good to know. And this could significantly re-rate UMAC's valuation. The ramp up to their 25 square feet Orlando facility is a critical milestone for meeting the 2026 delivery targets of 5,000 motors per month. So this looks legit. Okay, that explains why it's holding up so well. Because, I mean, there's a lot of stocks crashing under the 200 average. Meanwhile, this is above the 200 average, which is a sign of strength. But now I see why. So it looks like drone and defense going into a bull market. Some of them have been holding up though, except for BBAI, that one went to hell. But March 2nd. Yeah, Arcad as well. Arcad is also another stock that surged. So they got a contract. Oops. Oh, okay, I see. Social media sentiment often spikes due to Donald Trump Jr.'s involvement. Interesting. Okay, I like it. You know what? After this, after I talked to Gemini here, I like UMAC. I think it's a buy the dip at 1150. If it comes down, I mean, it's up to you how you want to play. If you're looking for the swing trade, look to buy at the key levels. You can set a stop loss, or you can accumulate as it goes down. But if you're looking to hold long term, then it's just a matter of just keep buying with a I don't know what your strategy is, but if you're holding this as an investment long term, what I like to do is I'm buying SoFi right now. I'm buying 10 shares of SoFi every day for the next 4 months. That's how I'm dollar cost averaging, right? Instead of lump summing everything at $30 like an idiot, I decided, you know what, I'm going to wait for this to come down nice and cheap. It came down to 20s and under, and now I'm dollar cost averaging in 10 shares a day for the next 4 months. That is my way of dollar cost averaging. So it's up to you how you want to dollar cost average if you're looking at this as a long-term investment opportunity. Yeah, we do have earnings coming up on the 9th, so I have a rule, no holding through earnings, so I'm probably not going to buy them. I'll wait. I don't care if it runs away, cool. You know, it's always going to do that, right? It's always going to get big pumps and then big dumps. There's always going to be another opportunity, right? There's always people who missed out here. Oh, shit, you got opportunity here again. Oh, you missed out here. Oh, you got more opportunity here. So, yeah, I have a rule. As a rule, I don't hold through earnings because you never know what can happen. That's just, that's just me. We've seen stocks recently have good earnings, like Nvidia, and tank anyways, right? And then you have Mara stock had bad earnings, missed on earnings, and it pumped anyways. So it's just, it's earnings is not a 50-50 like people think. Like, it's not. It's a real gamble. So I'm not here to gamble. We're here to be calculated. and precise. So I will gladly wait for 1150s. If it doesn't come down, oh well, boo-hoo. Plenty of other plays on my watch list. Look at that. Oh my god, it's almost like there's other stocks in this market. Whoa, what a shocker. Sarcasm aside, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more UMAC. I will see you in the next one. I love this joint of defense stock, along with Arquette and the other one, I forget the name already, not BBI, Ondas. Alright, I'll leave it at that. And I do like Palantir Leaps, if anyone is interested in Palantir Leaps.